This is a warning. The Pinellas podcast features videos and audio content from the internet and live in-studio guest. While most of the content is family-friendly and approved for all audiences, we cannot guarantee the show to be rated G at all times. So please proceed with caution. Now, we welcome you to sit back and enjoy the show. It's time for the Pinellas podcast live.
Yeah, and the final hours of 2025 have arrived on Pinellas Podcast Live. If you didn't get your New Year's resolution done this year, it is too late. It's over.
Is it too late already? You got another day.
What are you going to do in one day that you needed to do in the whole year?
I mean, you know, if you're going to work, maybe you started working. You said, I'm starting to work out in 2025. Go to the gym today.
Okay. All right. I like your optimism. Go to the gym and you can salvage your New Year's resolution.
I don't know if you can salvage it, but
yeah, you could at least make yourself feel better for next day or two.
Yeah.
I stopped doing New Year's resolutions years ago, man. I just stopped.
Yeah, I never fought. I don't know any resolution that I made that I kept ever.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I actually read something the other day that was kind of interesting. It was like the psychology of New Year's resolutions. The people who come out of the gate hard, like they come out 1,000%, you can't sustain it and you wind up quitting.
Oh,
like
I think it's like 20 days.
Is it?
Yeah, well, if you come out of the gate firing, yeah, you got about 20 days, you're done.
I'm not sure that your main mic is hooked up. I can hear you, but I don't think it's that studio mic. It doesn't matter. I can hear you, but I was just letting you know. I'm not sure it's the main one you're talking into, but can definitely hear you. Yeah, the New Year's resolutions, like the next week in the gym, the next few days in the gym, people are just going to be like, oh, I'm going to go hardcore. I'm going to get up. I'm going to do this, do that, and then all of a sudden, it doesn't really. You don't really hang in and get it done.
Yeah.
We say this all the time. This is one of the only live podcasts that streams across social media, and we do that because anybody can join. So you can see that link right there. You tap on that link and you join from your phone, your laptop, your iPad, computer, whatever you're on. Anything you got to say, we really don't care. So, the messages we get all day, every day about, hey, I want to come on and talk about this, or I want to promote that, or do that, like. Hey, now's your chance, because we can't do not everybody can get in and do like all these one-on-one videos and everything like that. So It's a good shot to come on. There you go. You're back with the mic.
Am I back? All right. Yeah. Yep. I'm starting the new year off kind of shitty already, I guess.
Your New Year's resolution is not to suck. But no, I can hear you good now. So, but anybody that wants to join the live here, feel free to jump in. Just tap that link there in the description. And you can come on and join. I did want to talk about something real quick. Before that, though, got to say thank you to reeswindows.com. They've been with us since we started this thing, since the inception. So big fans of them, a Pinellas-based company. And, they started out as a family company. And Randy lives here on St. Pete Beach. But I love them because they've been doing this for a long time. Yeah. I love them because their customers say they're great. Free installation and lifetime guarantee. All right. So that's Reese Windows. You can go to reeswindows.com. And it's never like a gimmick. A lot of these companies, it's fun. I didn't know a lot about the window business until I started talking to those guys. And they're like, yeah, like there's these companies and they kind of fly by night. They'll come in, they'll do this. And then in a year, you got to buy this, buy that to get the warranties. Not Reese Windows, man. Lifetime guarantee. And you get that free installation all the time. So reeswindows.com. They're good dudes. And like I said, started right here in Pinellas County.
Yeah, I wanted to been here with us.
Yeah, I wanted to say something. I wanted to get my cell phone's going crazy, man. I tell people all the time, leave me alone. And
I tell them to leave me alone too. It doesn't work.
Well, it's my kids. It's my kids because they're off of school. They've got 9 million questions. I wanted to do this before, and I want to tease real quick that the guy, his name's Sean, who filmed this video, which is going crazy across social media about that hotel in Clearwater. He's going to be on with us here in a couple of minutes. So we'll get to that in a second. But first, we made these t-shirts. Okay. So it's Pinellas Podcast t-shirts. People have been asking us for merch, and we did a snowbird.
Is that a dry fit?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh. A dry fit. Right. But this is a little bit of a novelty one. This run is I call it the Snowbird Special. And you can buy these right now, PinellasPodcast.com. You can buy them. We do have several left. We've already shipped a bunch out. But this is the Snowbird Special, okay? And you can, yeah.
They're back and they're a year older.
Yeah. Now, I told the story the other day how I wore this out to a little bar. My wife and I went out and met some buddies, and a lady got into it with me, and she's like, "This is the rudest, most disrespectful thing I've ever seen." And I was already prepared for this. I said, "Ma'am, are you arguing that snowbirds don't age?" Oh, she was pissed. Because I said, all it says is they're back.
And they're a year older.
Yeah, I don't know.
All of it's true.
How do you argue that? So anyway.
Well, in 2025, dude, and 2026, you can argue literally anything. So
that's true. She was caught. And listen, I love the snowbirds mostly. I mean, they come down, you hear great stories, most of them, but some of them do. The ones that get me are the ones that come down and start bitching about the heat. I can't do it. I'm like, you came all the way down here to complain about the weather in Florida?
You came all the way down here to get warmer, and then you're complaining. That's even worse.
That's the thing. It's like, why'd you come? Anyway, those so there's white ones dry fit. We got black ones dry fit, and then the Pinellas podcast hats also for sale, PinellasPodcast.com. So
yeah, a lot of people are asking about the hats, so it's good that we got them on a run.
Yeah, we got them. We did them, and now the hats we're selling, and again, you can go check it out right now. I think the hats are 25 and the shirts are 23. The logo on the hats we're selling are a little smaller in this. People started complaining about, hey, that logo is too big. I kind of like the real big logo, but some people said it was too big. Yeah. So I did too, but so it's a little bit smaller in the ones you can buy. But again, PinellasPodcast.com. You can buy those. There are several left. We just sent out two shipments over the weekend, so it's nice. Pretty cool. Let's see. We got some people checking in on the comments. Looks like Aiden. I don't know if I'm getting that right. Aiden McGrath from Sarasota. What do you guys think about the new pay to park Indian Rocks Beach? Yeah, this was the last beach in this area that they're going to go. They're going to go to pay. You're going to start paying. I believe it's going to be like later January, like $4.50 an hour. Which does
that thing? I know, because when we were eating down at Hooters, you got to find the thing, you got to scan the thing, you got to make sure you're in the spot. I saw it's kind of a pain in the ass.
It is a pain in the ass, and Indian Rocks Beach was the last one, the last beach in this area that was free parking, but they're done with that, so they're going to go to like $4.50 an hour. Like, I guess it was inevitable, but I don't know. I mean, there's something to be said too about, hey, we're the last beach not charging. Like, I feel like that's a selling point to get people to come. Oh my
God, heck yeah.
Yeah. So, and $4.50 now, I was thinking like $4.50 an hour. If you're going to the beach for 4 or 5 hours, I mean, you're tacking on over $20 to your day. So I don't know.
If you got the kids and you're going for a full day, that's $40, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's a game changer, dude. That's a little bit of a game changer. What's up, Frank? Thanks for checking in, Frank. Timothy's saying, hey, what's up, Mark and Billy?
Timothy's from Largo.
From Largo, yeah. Not far from where our studios are at, our shop is at. Pretty good. So yeah, and again, if you guys want to join the show, feel free to just tap that link in the description where we're streaming live on social media, and you can just join right from your your phone, whatever you want to promote, whatever you want to bitch about, whatever you want to come on and talk about your New Year's resolution, do whatever you want.
By the way, the only show on planet Earth, the podcast where you can just join in and you don't even have to be, you just willy-nilly join in.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and that was the whole point of doing like hometown regional media like this. It really doesn't exist, where we can just get on, talk to people who actually live here and about things that actually matter. And
Josh has his own show.
Josh is doing a show. Josh McClendon, what are your thoughts on data centers in Florida? This is a topic I'm discussing on my own show this Sunday. Billy, you know more about this than I do, these data centers.
Yeah, that's a big deal, man. Obviously, it's just happening in every local, back up home. They're fighting about it in our old stomping grounds. I mean, because it's not just the data centers. Normally they pay the city or the county, massive amounts of money, but then you're taking up huge amounts of land. You have to have water there because what they do is they take a bunch of water and that cools down the data centers. But with AI, this thing is blowing up, and there's residents all over our country right now fighting these, because what do you want? Do you want homes and businesses, or do you want data centers that'll pay you back, but there's a lot of maintenance with that?
Yeah, that's interesting. You said that about the water, how they got to take the water
Yeah, it's got to
And
be near, because that's what cools the servers actually. And then there's obviously what is the damage to the property or to the environment. We don't even know what that is really because we haven't really put a bunch in. So it's crazy, man. But boy, the money is real. Those people see 15, 20, 70, 80 million or whatever a year. It's hard to turn that down.
Damn. Yeah. Well, it's interesting because every part of the country's got to deal with their thing. But where we are, especially in Pinellas, the water issues. I mean, first off, having enough water is one thing. Then you got to worry about clean water. I mean, it goes on and on. It just feels like the last thing we want to, just seems like the last thing we want to do is put that in jeopardy. But again, you made the best point, Billy. All that money's going to be changing hands, boy.
Free money, boy.
Woo. Let's get to and Josh, if you want to jump on and talk about your show and if you have anything on data centers, man, click the link and come on right now. We'll get you in. Marcy, how are you? Happy New Year. Timothy, the e-bike bank robber used his only call to call his girlfriend to get his cat. That is true.
Hey, you got to take care of your pets, man.
yeah, that is absolutely true. And that's good information. Tim, I think, were we messaging that day or did we have a call that day? I think was that you, Tim? I don't know. I got some really good, information on the e-bike bank robber right before he was arrested by the feds. Actually, I knew he was in custody like 7-8 hours. Okay. That was you, Tim. I appreciate that. Yeah, Tim and I actually talked on the phone. And Tim knew it before me. He let me know, and I knew he was in custody 6-7 hours before all the other outlets did. But I'm not trying to be that guy and ruin it for the feds, man, because I didn't know what they were working on. But but Tim, good info, man. But that's funny.
Can you bring your cat to jail? I didn't think that was legal.
I guess isn't now it's your emotional support cat?
Oh my God, dude, are you serious?
I don't know.
I mean, dude, imagine walking in with a fluffy your cat, trying to be all bad, going to jail. This is my jail cellmate.
It used to be you get 2 phone calls. Now you get 1 phone call and an animal. So it's whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, Josh, if you want to come on, man, feel free to tap the link here and come on and we can talk about your show. That sounds interesting, man. I'd like to know where your show is and what you're doing and everything. All right, let's get to Sean, if we can bring him on. And I mentioned that Sean is the guy who filmed the hotel in Clearwater, which this thing is going bananas on social media right now, Sean. So good work. I appreciate the content, man. And you did a good job kind of narrating. I want to play the video. Let's, Billy, are you ready with the video now?
Yeah. You want to play it?
Let's play the video. We'll play it in its entirety, and then Sean will come back and we'll have a conversation about it. Here it is.
I can't make a TikTok real quick here, but I want to show y'all something. This is in Clearwater. All right, probably gonna get in trouble for even doing this. But if you look, each one of these rooms have bunk beds in them. The bunk beds that's in them are 2 high, 3, so there's 6 beds each room. Y'all tell me that they're not getting fucking ready for something. I'm good now, I'm free. I can leave. Y'all need to be thinking. It's right at the door. The truth is in plain sight. Here's your truth, guys. Bunk beds in a hotel room. There's just random vehicles out here. 2 of them. 1 there, 1 up there. No trespassing all the way around this place. This is fucking creepy, guys. Get yourself built up, because it's coming. Y'all have a wonderful night.
All right, so that's the video from Sean that he sent the Pinellas podcast channel. We posted. It's been shared thousands and thousands of times. My inbox is literally on fire. Some of it good, some of it weird, some of it, like I said, I think in one of the videos I did earlier, kind of makes me want to plant a garden and start stocking up on water. I don't know what the hell's going on here, Sean, but thanks. It says Sean, aka Whip. And also I want to say you're also the first guest in the green room here before we brought you on to light up and smoke a cigarette, and I wanted to acknowledge that. That was awesome.
You don't get that much these days. So
You don't see it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm as free as they is, man. I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't got none of that. So I just want the rest of Pinellas to know what the hell's going on,
Yeah,
So
that's my
were
big
you
thing.
just driving by the hotel and looked in, or were you
Well-
tipped off? Or
No, me and my wife, we play Random Nautica at night. It's like a random quantum physics. It's an app on the phone. It's just something we do at night. And it sent us over that way. So we used to live in a hotel just a little bit down, the Clearwater Hotel, the fucking rat hole. We used to live in that for a little while. And we got, which they're changing that one into the same thing, because the same owner that owns that one owns the Clearwater Hotel too. So,
Okay.
but anyway, we were just out. Go ahead.
Well, was this the roadway?
Yes, that's the roadway in.
Okay, that's what I thought. It was the roadway in. So you're out there with your wife. You're riding around. You're not like looking for anything specifically. You're all just doing the thing on the app.
No,
Yeah.
we're just out there riding around, playing the game. It's an app. And I told her, I said, let's pull up in there for a minute. Actually, I had to use the bathroom, and I was trying to find a place to use the bathroom, and I knew that place was shut down. So I pulled up in there, and when I seen the bunk beds and seen the car and just seen the layout of everything, and I'm like, maybe I'm probably going to get in trouble for this. And that's when I made the video. Because, in my whole life, I ain't never seen no shit like that. And I come from, a long line of fucking bullshit. I've been in prison. I all that shit. And I ain't never seen nothing like that. It blew me just for a loop. I mean,
well, the comments are, for Mark, this, we've been getting a lot. I mean, a lot of the people, the Julie here and Marcy, both are saying it's got Scientology written all over it. I mean, that's a majority of the people that are guessing and they're guessing, by the way.
Yeah. Well, when I looked in the room, because I got up there close, there's 6 beds in there. And on the end of each bed is a little rolled up towel with it just looks like they're ready for someone to move in. Like, it could be right. Scientology boot camp. I don't care. I don't give a damn. They can be watching me. I don't care about Scientology. They don't bother me at all. But it's either for that or this homeless thing that they're taking everybody and moving everybody around for some reason, which I know the reason, but I don't think I want to say that on here. But they're moving people around. And I mean, I personally, guys, I want to get the hell out of here. Because
Sean, I wanted to ask you, because in the video you mentioned a few times, and by the way, if you need to smoke a cigarette, you do it, brother. I'm good with that. Like, I just want to let you know, because you were smoking one backstage. You just make yourself at home. There you go. I like guys like Sean, honestly, because I mean, you're getting who you are. You're not putting an act on. I can tell you're believing, what you believe, and your convictions you're going to talk about. I think that's a great thing. What do you think it is? I mean, because you talked about get ready for what's coming. You mentioned you were free. I mean, unless what you're going to say is going to be something just, where, the cops are going to show up here or whatever. But what do you actually think that this is? And I think it's weird about the little towels. I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, it's like I said, they're setting it up, and I looked around on that building because we went back again. I went back a second time later on, and I just really stopped. That's when the security guard got out and made herself present. It's a woman. And it looks like she's living in her car. I don't know. But I went back the second time, and where the office is of the hotel, there's like 3 little places where they took a room, put the white thing up so you can't see within the room. And they're like scattered in between there. Well, when I was in prison, I went to a camp one time that was kind of set up just like this. It wasn't exactly, because we didn't get the mattresses and the, clean linen and all that shit, of course, because I was in prison. But I went to a place kind of like this, and how that place was set up and this place is set up. It reminds me of containment, like like they getting ready for like a concentration type shit. You know what I mean? I believe that Scientology is trying to take the fuck over and get all of us normal people out of here so that they can have their whole entire Clearwater to their fucking selves. That's what I believe. And these places are like containment zones for when they get ready to do whatever the hell they're going to do. They put us in these places to be able to ship us the, hell off. And that's my mind. And believe me, guys, I am deep in the fucking rabbit hole. Deep.
No,
And
I believe it.
I'm deep. I'm deep in the rabbit hole. I believe things. I also have other videos now. I ride around at night around here, and I've seen some shit. I mean, it's every mile you got a 5G tower. We got one right across the street here at my hotel. That shit ain't for 5G, because I walked over there, took my phone, put it right up against the thing, and my service actually went down. And I'm like, I thought this was for 5G. And I know I do through Cricket, and the one that's right across the street here supposedly says that Cricket runs through it, or however that shit works. I don't know. But I heard y'all talking about the data centers. And that is something that I've been doing a little bit of research on. And I don't believe that we need that around us, because I believe that EMF readings and stuff like that's what's affecting us. It's keeping us dumbed down. It's keeping us where they want us to do. And like I said, I don't want to get too much into that kind of stuff, because I am deep in the rabbit hole, and some of the things that I say is just batshit crazy.
Well,
I understand that.
No.
I understand.
I listen. That's why I love podcasting as a medium, or whatever you want to call it. I mean, just being able to have these conversations. By the way, you know what's crazy? Like, here we are at the end of 2025. If we tried to have this conversation a year ago on social media, it would already been shut down. Everything. So in one way, I'm sort of happy where we are, because I do think the conversations are becoming a little more open and flexible. Like, I think we need to find some good things about that. I think free speech is making a comeback. I really do. Yeah. And so I kind of like that we're able to do this. Now, the flip side of that is then you have people moving their efforts to other places of life to try to do their dirty work, if that's what they're doing. The Scientology thing is really interesting, because it's like, sometimes it seems like they try to operate like in the wide open, right? So everybody's like, oh, you see, they walk around downtown Clearwater. It's peaceful. They sit on their side of the street, they do whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? There's one side of it, but then there's another side of it that you hear about a lot, and it's kind of in the shadows, in the dark of night, kind of what you're talking to. Sean, Regina jumped on. She said years ago, the Scientologists had purchased apartment buildings on Saturn Avenue. They had a fire in one of their units, and then the walls got exposed, and the apartments were full of bunk beds. Do you remember that one cult? This was years ago. Do you remember these people? They had to get on the bunk beds and sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to jump on the back of the Comet.
Yeah. That was the who was
that? Hale Bop? Was that the Hale Bop Comet?
No.
Damn, I can't. I know exactly what you're talking about.
They all poisoned themselves, I think.
Yeah, but they had to be.
Was that the Jim Jones?
No, that was a Kool-Aid. That was a Kool-Aid Jim Jones. I think that was in like Guinea or something like that, where he had everybody drink the Kool-Aid and they all died.
Yeah.
But there was a cult that was like, we're going to take this poison, but we got to sleep in these bunk beds a certain way, and they were going to jump onto the back of the Comet after they died.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. I just don't know what it's called.
Yeah. That's trying to remember what they bought. But anyway,
well, my wife just said that they bought like Garden Street, a part of it. They've there's a lot of places over towards Gulf to Bay, like just weird buildings that you wouldn't think, just empty, weird buildings. And when you pull in there, by the time you pull out, there's either going to be a cop, unmarked car, or just some car randomly pop up and follow you away from here. Mm-hmm. I've done it a few times, and they follow you and make sure that you leave or do whatever, but they don't want you too close to some of these buildings. And I believe that the technology that they got in them buildings is what's like running their organization or their cult or whatever the fuck people want to call it nowadays. But I believe they don't want us too close to them, because you know how people can have them little devices and then get close to somewhere and read all the data and all that kinds of shit. So everything is being heavily monitored by all these people. And I think of it this way. We're right dead smack in the middle of it. They're all around us. What I need to leave. That's what I'm saying. I need to leave. But why are they that interested?
Right. Why do you need to leave? Like, what's going on with you that you need to leave?
I don't want to be around this shit. I mean, I've dealt my whole life. Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about when I say leave, when I'm planning to leave, it's going to be in the mountains some damn where, way, way away from all this. I grew up in the country, so this is nothing but congestive, whatever. I work at Moe's Southwest Grill, and the things I see on a daily basis come in there, I don't want to be around these people. That's my problem.
I got you.
Because I think I see Scientologists all the time come in my restaurant. Because I'll ask them, hey, would you like rice on that burrito today? They look at me like they just want to kill me. And I'm looking at them like, yeah, just for rice. I'm like, would you like rice on that burrito today, ma'am? And she just look at me like I don't exist. like I'm a slave or something. And I'm like, but I got to be nice, because I got to have my job, so I got to be nice. And like my wife just said, you're an SP. I'm waiting for them to call me that. You know what I mean? I'm waiting. And John Travolta or whatever his name is, I seen him and he acted like I didn't exist. And I'm a fan. I was a fan. Not anymore. But I don't want to be around this. I don't want to be around the people. I am already fucked up enough in the head. I don't need to go pay somebody to learn the fucking ways of the universe and then not be able to talk to nobody, not be able to do nothing, and be in a worse state than what I was in already. Yeah. So that's why I say I need to leave.
I got you. Well, Sean, you're a fascinating guy. You've got great stories. I really appreciate the content, man. And like I said, I could tell when you did the video, just the way you were talking, I know that you've got not just passion for this, but I could tell that you spent a lot of time researching it. You talk about going down. I think when some people hear, down rabbit holes, they assume people are crazy. That's not what that always means. It's people are investing time researching, opening their eyes and things like that.
Do your own research, man.
Yeah. So it's interesting. I also think what helps is, to be honest with you, I think you're a likable guy. You're funny. Like, I mean, you're one of these guys, like, like, yeah, the cigarette, you're dropping F-bombs. I'm like, you're an interesting person. Yeah, he's smoking right now. I'm like, I kind of just, I don't know. You're just an interesting guy. And I thought it was really cool, your passions and stuff. And you're going to have, I mean, I'm seeing in the comments, you got people that really agree with you. You got some guy said he's making a tinfoil hat right now. I mean, it's like, it's all of this stuff, but that's okay. It inspires people to think and to have a conversation. But I thought your content was really cool. And, if you want to shoot some more over anything you have that you think might be interesting, green light on that. So feel free. And I hope you'll stay in touch, Sean.
Oh yeah, I will. I really appreciate y'all getting me on here and getting my views and stuff. I do have a lot of other videos and things that I've taken around Clearwater at night when other people can't get it. I can get it. I'm out to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, always riding. So I'm going to put up a YouTube channel, and I was going to try to do some stuff on Facebook and TikTok and all them types of things. So y'all just be, looking out for the videos that I'm going to be uploading and stuff. And y'all's always welcome in this. I don't discriminate against anybody, but if you're Scientology, no, I don't want you anywhere around me.
All right, man. Well, we appreciate.
Listen, we'd be remiss, Mark. We have somebody here that's. You said you've been to jail. We were talking about these security animals. You're in jail. What do you think about taking a cat and having it in the jail with you as an emotional animal? Would that work?
Not a cat, maybe a dog, but not a cat. Yeah, I'm just what I'm saying is I believe some of them people in there would eat that cat.
Oh my God.
Oh, jeez.
I've been around some crazy people. I believe that somebody would steal it and try to eat it.
Oh my goodness.
See, this is why we can't do anything.
Yeah. Oh my.
About 7 years ago, I was, like I said, I was incarcerated and everything. And I went through a camp one time and they all had dogs out there. It was like a camp that was, they trained dogs.
Oh, yeah.
And I was only there for like a day because, you know, they wasn't giving no shit like that to me. But these men were walking around and training dogs on the prison yard. And I was like, that's so damn cool. But then like a year later, they took it completely away. They don't want us to have anything like that when you're incarcerated. They don't want you to have any freedoms or nothing. That's why if you get locked up in Polk County, they send you to fucking up in the panhandle around Santa Rosa, and they send you that far away from your family. This is all a design. It's a design to keep us down. Look at me. I make just enough money to be able to stay in this fucking hotel. And that's all I got. That's all I can get. I can't get anything else. The design don't want me to have nothing else. And that's another reason why I said I got to get out of here. I got to leave because I don't want to live the rest of my life in this in-town suites here on fucking Roosevelt Boulevard where it's full of nothing but fucking crackheads and whores. I don't want to be here. I spent so many years of my life trying to get away from that shit.
Yeah.
And I got away from it. 10 years clean, guys. 10 years clean.
Nice
Well, that's
job,
awesome.
man.
I did this shit on my own, and now I got to be brought back into the middle of it because society says that this is all I'm going to have. That's bullshit. That's bullshit.
Well, Sean,
I'm going to change it.
I'll tell you this, Sean, and like I said, I just knew from the way that you spoke that you know, you're a guy who's got convictions and you're going to talk about it. And like I said, I think that's great. You talk about a YouTube channel. I would set it up if I were you. I would do that today.
I'm going to do that.
I would. And let us know when you do so that we can highlight it. Like I said, getting a lot of messages here. People are interested in what you're saying. I knew they would be. Because
that is something that's very hard, Sean, and you should be definitely congratulated for that because a lot of people can't pull themselves out of that. And I tell you, I've often thought I would love just to move to the mountains, man, get rid of everything that I own and just try to live off the land. Maybe it would only be a week for me, but I mean, I love that. That's a little thing that's in the back of my mind constantly. And I'm all right.
It's been in the back of my mind for the last 20 years, ever since I got into this area. And I realized how congestion and how just everything is here. I mean, it takes us 30 minutes just to get 5 minutes down the fucking road. I'm just like, damn, why do we have to have this many people here?
Well, yeah, and that's a thing that goes back to COVID. And once everybody up north, you know, when they were all locked down in 2020, they discovered there was a better way of life, where we weren't locked down, where the weather was fantastic, and people were actually here having fun at the tiki bars, you know. So they brought everybody, and now, yeah, these sleepy little beach towns are no longer sleepy little beach towns.
No, just from a year of what's happened, because me and my wife's been here for a while. Just a year, and it's like, damn, we got to pay to go to Indian Rocks Beach. My wife just bought me a metal detector for this Christmas, and now I can't even go fucking metal detect because I got to pay $4 and something a fucking hour. I can't afford that. Who in the hell can afford that?
No. Interesting points. All right, Sean, stay in touch, will you, brother?
Yep, I will. I appreciate y'all having me on here.
Appreciate you. All right, take good care. That's Sean. Yeah. He sent that really impactful video of the hotels in Clearwater with they're loading up on bunk beds, and he's a really fascinating guy, man. I knew when I talked to him, I was like, this guy, people are going to be talking about this guy, and I'm telling absolutely, you, man, it's good. Now the hotel management may not be the biggest fan of his review of the hotel, but well, you know
I think there are a lot of people that are in their house that don't even see that, number one, right? So to bring it to light, I think that's a positive thing. And then there's nothing wrong with, and maybe, listen, maybe this is all on the up and up. Maybe there's going to be a big corporate thing that somebody rented out and it's going to be whatever. But it's also good to know that, hey, something is going on, and then you make your own decisions, doing your own research, figure it out, and then, but don't just be blind to everything.
Well, I'll say this, man, it's interesting because every part of the world is different. We've all got our things. So obviously in Pinellas County, Scientology, we have just more awareness of it because they're headquartered here. There's more here than anywhere else. And so when his video went up and we talked about it, I mean, dude, we had people commenting and giving opinions, and I mean edgy opinions from lawyers, doctors. I saw school teachers on there. I saw law enforcement officers on there, right? So it's like, people aren't just sitting around, with their thumb up, where. I mean, people here have opinions about this. A lot of people had very interesting stories. There were some old court cases that were being shared. That's kind of why I really like all of this stuff that we're doing, this kind of media, because you're getting people, real people, not
right.
People being paid to put on a suit. And I always tell people this, and it's not anti-news. It's just, is there something other than just the news? How do you do the news every day in a perfect 30-minute cycle? People wear every day. They get all the news in perfect 30-minute cycle with commercials and sports and weather, right? It's like you sometimes just go, wow, is that all that's out there? It's like, no, you run into people like this. But like I said, lawyers, doctors, cops, teachers, firefighters, entrepreneurs who were jumping into that channel or into that post and like, oh, well, you think that's something? Look at this court case, or look at like what my sister had to deal with 10 years ago. And I'm like, this is fascinating, right? Like it's fascinating to get all of these just perspectives and history. And so I think it's really cool. But thanks, Sean, for coming on. And if he sends more video, we'll put it up. He says he's got a lot of it, and I believe him. So I appreciate that. Real quick, before we get to Casey, tomorrow night is New Year's Eve. As we said, if you have not started your New Year's resolutions for 25, don't bother. It's too late. Just don't even worry about it. No reason to feel guilty. But tomorrow night, Whiskey Wings, Tarpon Springs, having a hell of a New Year's Eve bash. Get those tickets. Doors going to open at 7:00. They've got a band. Stormbringer's going to be there. Live music all night. A champagne toast. Of course, the legendary wings. And this is all going on at Whiskey Wings, Tarpon Springs. Get your friends together and get out there to celebrate 2026. So again, tickets are available now. And that's Whiskey Wings, Tarpon Springs, and Stormbringer. I know they've got a big, they've got a high energy audience, a lot of fans. So again, get those tickets for the biggest party on the Sponge Docks for New Year's Eve, Whiskey Wings, Tarpon Springs. I'll tell you, Whiskey Wings, Tarpon Springs too. I mean, nothing but appreciation. 2025, they gave away a lot of shrimp, because we were doing all those promotions with them, downloading the digital coupons. So that was really, really cool. All of that boom boom shrimp that they were giving away at Whiskey Wings, Tarpon Springs. So definitely appreciate them. Have a great New Year's Eve for those of you that are heading out there for that. All right. I think Casey is here. Casey has a really cool business, a unique business I really had never heard about or seen. And so I was like, yeah, we should talk about this. Casey, I know you were probably listening to the last segment and going, I'm following this. What's going on?
I was.
I kept looking at you in the green room and I'm thinking, he's probably like, what the hell are we going to be talking about today?
Well, Heaven's Gate call was the one you were looking for, by the way.
Heaven's Gate, dude.
Heaven's Gate, that was it.
Incredible. Did you research that, Casey, or is that something that you just remembered?
No, I like to learn a lot of random things, so that's just one of them. Okay.
All right. That's good. Well, you have a really cool business. I don't know if it was you that reached out or somebody else in your business, but Trailside Bike and E-Bike Repair. And when I got the email, I was like, this is really cool, especially for this area. Obviously, bikes and e-bikes in use here nearly every day with the weather, and then with the whole just the phenomenon of e-bikes. So let me get this right. Yeah. Like if you're on the Pinellas Trail, let's just say, and you guys are basically kind of like the on-call 911 for e-bike repair or something like that?
Kind of. So if, let's say you're out riding with people and you have an emergency issue, or even if you're commuting to work and, you need somebody to fix you so you can get on about your day. That's pretty much what I do is on call pretty much all the time. If there's people on the trail, I'm available to come and help. It came out
So
of necessity mainly.
You're like the AAA of e-bikes on the trail, though.
Yeah, yep, kind of. That, and I mean, regular bikes, e-bikes, pretty much if it's on wheels and it's on the trail, I'll come and help you.
Yeah, that's really cool. I could have used you like a month ago. I didn't know about your business, but my kid, and I would imagine that a lot of parents are going to be spending money with you because these kids and their e-bike, and these kids are hard on their e-bikes, man. They're God, they're just, I mean, I see them I'm like that e-bike's going to last 5 minutes the way these kids are all over them. But yeah, I mean, it's like, so do you do tires? Do you do, I mean, what else goes into an e-bike that somebody may have a breakdown and you're the guy to call?
So for the most part, if you're on the trail, it's mainly like consumables, like stuff that might break, like tires, chains. I mean, even if your battery dies, we can come and I can give you a ride out of the trail. You know what I mean? Like so I built a trailer that has a bike rack on it. So if somebody's totally stuck and they just need to get off the trail, I can assist them doing that as well. Okay. So and like I said, it came out of necessity. I started commuting with a bike and I had several flat tires in a row. And I'm like, I wish somebody could just come and fix me like right now so I could get to work instead of having to figure out all the details about it, go find tubes. And
yeah, so there was a problem and a need and boom, you filled it. What has been the craziest thing you've seen so far? Have you seen an e-bike in a tree?
Well, I seen a e-bike submerged in water, but that was a ride by. Because I'm up and down the trail every day. I'd probably do 40 to 60 miles just back and forth on the trail, and that's on top of me working another job additionally too. So
sure, yeah.
But yeah, there's lots of it's weird. There's a lot more people out there at night than you would think. And
that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually quite busy out there for certain hours of the night, which is kind of strange. But but hey, as long as it's busy, I'm willing to help.
Right. Where are you promoting yourself? Is there a Facebook page, a website? I know we have a graphic here, and there's a phone number on there. Is that the best place for people to get a hold of you?
Yeah,
in the short term.
Yep. So the phone number is a direct line to me, so I can regardless of where I'm at, I can let you know where I'm at, and I can get to you at quickly as much as I can. And then the Facebook page, I believe you have a link to that on the email I think I sent you.
Yeah,
okay. You should have a link to that. If not, I can get that to you.
Yeah, I don't know that I saw a Facebook page, but send that to me when you can.
Yeah, a lot of kids.
And the first thing QR code should take you directly.
The first thing they do is they modify the e-bikes. I know I have kids, they come in and they have all these YouTube videos, how to make it go faster and longer. Yep. Is there any secret you can give out for parents or maybe somebody that's watching this that when you get an e-bike, is there something that you've noticed that might make it better, easier, faster, more safe, whatever?
If you're putting any sort of mileage on the bike, I mean, if you're riding it a lot, don't get a folding bike. The folding bikes are prone to issues. They're not built as well. They're made for casual riders, people that are just going to put a few miles on it here and there. But I mean, if you're even using it to commute even 5 miles, it's not going to hold up. The tires, I recommend getting a premium tire. If you get a cheaper tire, you're going to run into the same issue I had, and you're going to break down a lot, and it's going to inconvenience you more than anything.
I can't tell you how many times one of my kids, he'll text me and say, "Oh, my tire's bad again." It's like 10:30 at night. And he's like, "How am I going to get home?" And I'm like, "Well,
Casey.
Yeah, you're going to walk. You're going to do what we all had to do back in the 1900s. You're going to get on those two legs and walk." I'll tell you something, Casey, that's interesting. Two things. One of my son's parents just bought him an e-bike for Christmas. It goes factory out of the box, 37 miles an hour. And he's got plans to amp it, right? Which always puts up. Yeah. He's got plans to amp it up. And I'm telling him, I'm like, you do not need to be going 37 miles an hour. 12-year-olds don't need to be going 37 miles an hour. I mean, do you understand the damage you can do to your body on that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, especially on the trail. I mean, people going that fast, it can be extremely dangerous. I mean, you just happen to veer to the left or right while you're riding. If somebody's going that fast, they can smoke you. I mean,
yeah, That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
and
it's
that's a fast enough impact that, that could cause serious harm.
Serious harm, man. The other thing I thought was interesting, this was like months ago. One of my other buddies bought his kid an e-bike, and within like, I'm telling you, 3, 4, 5 days, it just died. Like there was nothing. They tried everything, charged everything.
Yeah.
So he reaches out to the company, and it's a Chinese company, but they have like the name that they used like for trading, for selling here was like, like Miller Bikes or something. So, but they reached out, and what they said was like, people got to watch this. They said, we'll send you a new bike because it had just died. They didn't even want to pay the shipping, get the bike back. They made him send a video of him cutting the wire to the bike. What? And once he sent the video, they sent him a new. They just wanted to make sure that they weren't getting scammed and were sending someone a free bike. But they didn't want to pay to ship across. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like go to another continent. I'm thinking to myself, man, that just shows you the economy of e-bikes now. They're like, don't even send it back. We just want to just send a video of you clipping the wire, and we're good. We'll know that it's not going to work anymore. That's crazy to me.
And there's a lot of very cheap models out there. I mean, they're not cheap, but underneath they're actually pretty cheap. I mean, and you're going to get what you pay for, especially when it comes to the e-bikes. The controllers, if you overcharge them a lot, they will fail unless you get something good. You know what I mean? And these problems are going to be more prevalent the more and more people seem to be acquiring them. And what you're saying about the 38 mile an hour bike. So that when you get bikes that are that fast, they're mainly purchased online and delivered directly to you. I haven't seen a bike shop around here yet that hasn't really followed the state code, making their bikes limited to 20 miles an hour. And with pedal assist, you can get up to 28. For the most part, all the shops I've seen have been compliant with that. So if you get bikes going that fast, people are just ordering them online, and they don't. Whoever sells them doesn't care.
Well, Casey, you got a cool business, man. I think you've started at just the right time as our just society becomes inundated with e-bikes, but even just here in Pinellas County with just the weather and 330 plus days of sunshine a year, people outside enjoying being on the trail, which is great. People getting exercise and everything, but inevitably there's going to be a need for people to fix these things because things never break when you're in your garage. They break when you're 10 miles away on the trail. So
we do have a repair shop location that we're located out of Treasure Island. Okay. So we don't just do on trail fixes and rescues essentially. But I've noticed there's no other bike shops in Treasure Island. So we're like right smack dab in the middle too. So
awesome. All right. Treasure Island. And is the shop on Treasure Island also called Trailside, or is that another name?
Yeah. Yep. The shop in Treasure Island is called Trailside. If you look us up on Google, it'll drop a pin right where we're at. And the building we're in we're on the back side of it. So we're, maybe 100 feet off of Gulf Boulevard.
Awesome. Well, good, man. Great luck to you. Have a great 2026 and a very cool business, man. Something I think that's, just in time for all of these e-bikes and all, unfortunately, the breakdowns and everything like that. But I hope you'll stay in touch, Casey.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, of course. Stay in touch.
Absolutely.
All right, that's Casey Trailside. Cool business idea, man.
That's a great idea. I got that scooter. My scooter goes, that's funny to hear you talking. My scooter goes 45 miles an hour. And that's just, and I can do some online module things to get it up past 50. But, I ride motorcycles. I'm constantly on that stuff. Now, I would never do that on a trail. But some of these things, man, all these problems with these e-bikes, boy, everyone's pissed because the kids are riding wheelies and going through yards and, they're going to have to do something. And this is not, it's just like those data centers and like everything now is complicated. It's not as complicated as like you can't do it. Now there's so many things you're going to have to figure out to get, because they do save the environment and the kids like them and they should be able to travel, but it's way more than that.
That's the thing. Things are almost designed now to make it so that you got to buy a new one. It's like, you can go through this and do all this, or you could just go and get a new one. It's kind of the debate with the electric cars and everything like that. Chuck, great show, guys. First time here. Look forward to future shows. Thanks, Chuck. Every Tuesday at noon, man. And that schedule is going to get even even a little bit heavier, which is a good thing in 2026. Probably adding some more lives later in the month of January for 2026. Regina, speaking of the trail, has a bank robber been caught? Yeah, the e-bike bank robber was caught. And what's crazy about that is I went through some of his posts, and he actually thanked a bike store. It wasn't Casey, but he thanked another bike store. He said, I had a last minute. This was literally 2 days before his second bank robbery on the e-bike. He thanked a bike store. He took a picture of the store. He thanked the name of the employee on his Facebook post. Nobody knew that he was the guy robbing the banks on the e-bike.
Yeah.
But
there's this thing where saying nothing is bad. I don't know what it is for advertising, but that is the kind of advertising you like, hey man, don't worry about who fixed your bike, man.
Yeah, stop saying that you need an emergency e-bike repair. You didn't need to say that, but boy, I'm telling you that the FBI scrubbed that account and they were like, oh yeah, buddy, that's exactly what we needed to hear. So, damn man, that's just funny. You get away with some of the most improbable bank robberies using an e-bike. Was essentially becoming I don't want to say a cult hero, because what he was doing was terrible, but there was really kind of this interest in like, how is this guy getting away with this on an e-bike?
Well, if you think about it, I mean, an e-bike, you got the road, you got the sidewalk, it is a good, again, we're not advocating to do this, but if you're going to use a vehicle to get away from people, because cars can't go where an e-bike can go, and you can go faster than running.
Right. And these banks were, geographically, he was picking banks that were right next to the Pinellas Trail. So he knew he was able, if he didn't want to use sidewalks and streets, and if he felt like, he was going to get in some kind of a chase or something, he was just going to get on the trail and go. And like you said, I mean, 45, 50 miles an hour on some of these bikes, like, what are you going to do? It's just, and so he got away with it a couple of times, and, but he'll be gone for a long, long time. And when he's able to get out, e-bikes will be like, artifacts. There'll be something in 30 years, they'll be flying. I don't know what the hell they'll be, but I know e-bikes will just be like, e-bikes. That was a long time ago.
You'll probably be riding your own drone. Timothy says that guy was my neighbor across the street. Had no idea he was robbing banks.
And Tim's right. He was on earlier in the show today. He's the one that got a hold of me. And I actually talked to Tim that morning. And Tim was first off, I know I thanked you on the phone, Tim, for the conversation. And so thank you again. But Tim called me and he's like, man, the FBI was here. They hauled off my neighbor, who was kind of a weird dude. They took his e-bike. But the thing that got the part of the story is the FBI went and knocked on Tim's house and said, hey, we need footage from your ring for these two specific dates. Tim's like, really? So Tim goes and Googles the dates. Sure enough, days of the bank robberies. And it's like, so it was just a funny, I got to tell you, Tim, I've told that story to 100 different people. It's really kind of fascinating how that all went down. And
but 2026, bro, dude, with the ring cameras, with the ATMs, with the stuff on the street, you just can't. And again, not saying it's good or bad, but you're on camera constantly. You have to assume when you leave your house, yes, somebody, and I know this sounds crazy and cryptic, somebody's watching, but somebody's watching. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Somebody is watching. And I was even thinking about when you're driving on the road, every other car has a dash cam now. Every other car. People, they have them. A buddy of mine was looking at a car the other day. I forget what model it was, what brand it was. It came stock with one. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, it came stock. So crazy. Yeah, well, the Teslas, they have to have the cameras for the automatic driving and stuff. So they have the sensors, the cameras. It's just everywhere, man. It's just it's insane.
And now they're building in with a subscription service. So the camera's there in the front now, and now they're saying if you want to keep the data, you pay an extra few bucks a month. You know how it all goes, and so you basically have built, and I know Tesla's. I think Tesla has. Isn't it a whole car camera? You get within like 20 feet of that car. I think it stores all the data. So
it's like multiple angles.
Yeah. So, it's like I said, when you leave your house, I tell my kids this all the time. I was like, when you're with your other friends, you're being watched, you're being listened to, and I know it sounds crazy, but it's not. It's just, there's cameras everywhere. Every intersection now in America has cameras. So it's just the world we live in. Real quick, before we wrap it up for 2025. Back to Sean. What was your take? He's in the hotel. He's living in the hotel, trying to get his life together, man. I give him a ton of credit, but he was talking about, Clearwater and Scientology and all the surveillance that they do, a private entity, Scientology does. Yeah. But I was just curious to get your feedback on his thing.
Again, listen, I think everybody should discern for themselves what they want to digest as far as information, but I will never be mad at somebody that, and sure, some of these allegations, and they're just allegations, we don't know. They could be labeled as crazy by some people, but you have to ask questions. I love people that don't just accept not even real life in front of your face as reality. Sometimes you have to look further and you have to ask questions, and it's the only reason. Look at this thing that happened in Minnesota. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but the Somalia, have you been following that thing?
Oh yeah. The billions of dollars that have been funneled. Yeah,
that's from a guy who just took a camera and started walking around, and I think that is the best thing we can do as American citizens is get a camera, walk around, and educate yourself and others, because you know who's not doing it? All the people that are doing bad things.
Right. Yeah. Why would they want to document, what's going on? Yeah, that's true. That's why when he sent me that video and he's like, yeah, man, I bike around Clearwater at night. And he's like, and I find out some really interesting thing. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah. I'm like, this is really cool. This guy goes around at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and he's just taking video of just different structures, different people, different things that are happening at night. And I'm like, this is interesting. And he stumbled across that, the hotel with all the bunk beds. And again, it's like, you're not trying to push people to a certain direction or another, but I think it's fun to have the conversations. You got to have the conversations. And I think it's cool when you can live somewhere and then you're just like, oh, so this guy's having a conversation, this girl's having and all that stuff. I just think it's interesting, whether it's business, whether it's, more conspiratorial, whether it's sports, whether it's whatever, weather and hurricanes. Just having these conversations about cool local things that are going on. I don't know. I think it's neat. I think it gets people involved in the community, interested in the community. It's like same reason we go to businesses, it's like, hey, you got a kick-ass tiki bar. We're going to come have some beers and talk about it. Why not? Every cool business has a cool story behind it. So I just think that kind of stuff is really neat.
Yeah, I really like it. The local angle that we're doing here. And obviously, we get hundreds of texts and messages a day. People thanking us and stuff. But it's sort of, we love it because it's like, what? It's obviously it's entertaining, but it's also bringing to light things that some people would have never seen unless we had it on here. And that part is endearing for communication purposes.
Yeah, there's so much life happening in everybody's community. I think more so than Pinellas and a lot of places, honestly, just because of all of the people who fly in and out of here on a weekly basis and the tourism and just, the lifestyle and everything. So there's a lot of different sides of life here in Pinellas, which I think is so cool. That's why I love it. you can go from, downtown St. Pete to the beaches, in the blink of an eye, and between those two spots, you'll encounter all different types of life, food, politics, everything. And I'm like, that's just so cool. You don't see that in a lot of areas of the country. Usually, it's like the same thing for 3-4 hours, till you hit kind of a different pocket. Here, it's like every other block, every other beach town too, kind of different vibes. So anyway, I think it's cool. So, kind of a quick thanks to everybody who's supported the podcast in 2025. It was, I know it feels, at least from what people tell me, they're like, man, this thing kind of came out of nowhere. Not really. Not really, but I know how things seem that way. But man, all the conversations, the shares, the likes, I tell people all the time, make sure you're following these pages. Don't let the algorithm give it to you, because we had, the last few weeks we've been doing Ding Dong December with Mr. Gadget. We gave away 24 Ring doorbells through the podcast. But don't just let the
new cameras added to the Pinellas area.
We're a part of it, man. We're a part of the operation. But yeah, no, I think don't let the algorithms find you. Make sure you follow these pages or whatever, platform you're on. If you have to like it, follow all that stuff so that the stuff can come and get you and you can just see it. But so anyway, thank you guys all for the support. Real quick, I got to give Neptune a shout out, but don't forget the Snowbird, the Pinellas Podcast Snowbird shirt is still on sale. PinellasPodcast.com. The hat as well. I don't know how many hats are left. And I know there's a black shirt and a white shirt. Many of the Snowbirds are not happy about this shirt. And you should see the messages from some of the Snowbirds.
Yeah, I love it. Just so Joshua says, what is the schedule for when y'all go live so I can plan to come? It's every Tuesday at noon, and we're going to be expanding, which is going to be super exciting coming to 2026.
Yeah, we'll be definitely, and this streams across Instagram, YouTube, obviously Facebook as well. So Tuesday is at noon for now. That will grow as we get into January of probably towards the end of January. Hoping inevitably to do, 3-4 days a week of live shows along with all the other social media that we're doing and more live events. We did the Game Day TV giveaway at Guilty Sea on Indian Rocks Beach, and it was awesome. It was absolutely packed. We had a blast with everybody. We sat there for hours. We had great drinks. We had great food. We watched great football. So more of that to come in 2026 for sure. Billy and I were talking the other day about some big events that we're going to be doing early in 2026. Is this the okay? So here's the Pinellas Podcast shop, which is now live. There's the shirt and the hats. Yeah, we've got a lot more gear coming, but this was just kind of a quick run just around the holidays. I know the small shirts have been sold out. I don't know if there's mediums left. There are some larges and extra larges shirts. They're dry fit shirts. So kind of the 100% poly. And then the hats are on sale as well. We just sent 2 big orders out. So if you're interested in this will actually be our exclusive first run, Billy. So we'll look back on this hopefully in years ago. Remember the old school podcast gear? So this is it. Oh,
yeah, dude. This is so much. I love it. That podcast hat is dope.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that too. It's the flex fit too. So, I do the flat brim, but it's flex fit. You can curve it if you want to put a curve in it if you want to, but
yeah,
cool and dry too for that. But man, this is yeah. So there you go. PinellasPodcast.com. If you want to buy those, we'll get that shipped out to you pretty quick. And somebody wrote, can't wait to start pissing off the Snowbirds at the beaches. Remember, the comeback is for that shirt is just because this is what I had to do the other day. I wore it out I'll never wear it out again, but I wore it out one day and I said, and I can't believe you're wearing this. I said, are you saying Snowbirds don't age? That's all the shirt says. It just says Snowbirds are back and they're a year older. I mean, what's the problem? But,
it's filled with truth. It's filled with truth.
The old logic bomb sometimes you got to hit them with. Anyway, thank you guys for checking in. Matthew Morey from West Shore Web. Thanks, Matthew, for checking in. Appreciate it. Everybody else that we couldn't get to with comments and guests and things like that. PinellasPodcast.com. Again, not just the gear, but how to link to all of our socials. And looking forward to an awesome 2026. Remember New Year's Eve. Uber, Lyft, AAA's doing their thing. They'll tow your car home. You can jump in the truck. You don't have to drink and drive.
Yeah.
Which is like a $15,000 affair now. And God, even worse if you were to hurt yourself or hurt someone else. So go out, have fun, do all that, but please don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
All right,
2025, man. That was just super amazing. And man, I'm just really excited to see what 2026 brings us, but doing this podcast with you, man, it's really the highlight of my life, bro. I love you.
This has been great, brother. I love you too, man. And all y'all that comment, share, like, we love it. Keep it going. And we'll see you guys in 2026. Have an awesome few days.
The Pinellas Podcast live every Tuesday at noon.